with everything inspected where we want it to be, we got to take it apart one more time because now we're at the final stage.
It is a dial with an SUV going downhill. That is your downhill assist.
Good afternoon or good morning, whatever your time frame is. Welcome to another episode of Defiant Jeep. Today we got another little project going on. As you can see, the Defiant's right behind me. And today's project is going to be a little bit simpler than normal because the hood of Defiant is actually off. I got something going on with the hood. That's something I'm going to talk about later in another video or another episode. It's going to be a really short video. But today I'm going to talk about this project. And what we're going to do is we're going to install the Auxbeam switch panel. This is the 8-gang switch that I've elected to go with because me, like many of y'all, I am really tired of the rocker switches and the whole spaghetti of wiring and whatnot. We're really going to cut this down and make it super simple and really make this more user friendly and a whole lot accessible. And what I mean by accessible is that where I have the rocker switches right now, some of you may have seen in my previous videos, I have what is that brand? Daystar. And it is a rocker switch panel that replaces the little netting at the bottom of the center console. So when you're driving, at night or whatnot, and you have to look down to see what switch it is, and that gets to be a little pain in the backside here. So what we're going to do is we're going to replace those rockers with this 8-gang switch panel, and we're going to position it in a location that is a lot more user-friendly, a lot more easier accessible, and easy to see right away. Just hit a button and call it a day. But first, let's go ahead and unbox this. Let me go ahead and show you what's going on. Alrighty, so let's let me get ready here. Let's go ahead and unbox it, and then we'll keep on going forward. Okay, so we're all set. Let's go ahead and unbox this Auxbeam. Let's take a look at what we're actually looking at here today. All right, so first we're going to come up with the, looks like the installation manual. Got all kinds of neat stuff in it. Let me see if you can see that. The list of items including the package, mounting options, ideas, stickers, talks about the mounting brackets. It's got a little QR code so you can see like installation instructions on YouTube, and it talks about your wiring switches, the positions of the switch, which I'm going to get a little bit more of that in a second. It talks about the wiring to the accessories and which fuse to pull and use, and of course its own wiring harness. Let's take a look over here. All right, so now it actually comes with a set of stickers. This is neat. Okay, so it comes with these stickers. Now let's take a look at the switch panel for a second. You would believe that they may be like a perfect square, but they're not. They're actually more rectangle. So this is the direction we're going to go in, because the stickers are matching to that rectangle shape. They're going to fit in on the switch panel button fine. The problem is when you're mounting it in whatever location or position is convenient for you, what if it's like this? What are you going to do? You're going to use those same stickers and try and see them sideways so you have an idea what you're looking at? No, that's not going to work. So what Auxbeam did is they actually created a whole line of stickers that are vertical instead of horizontal, so they'll still fit the button well. The display of the item is actually in a well-proportioned area so that you can see it without having to sideways guess what is it. And that's the direction we're going to go. I've already figured out how I want to mount it. So that's why I opted to go ahead and pick up some stickers. And those stickers is cheap. It's like 15 bucks and you get like a gang of stickers. I mean, look at this. You got this side and this side, and that's a lot of stickers for $15, especially since they're custom made to fit that Auxbeam switch. But let's go ahead and walk away from the stickers for a second, and let's take a look at the main unit, which is the switch panel. And I elected to get the 8 gang, for possible growth. Now this right here is offered in a 6 gang, this 8 gang, and also a 12 gang. What direction you're going to go for how many accessories you have, or how many switches for lights, or winch, or radios, anything that you can think of that you may want to wire into this. There's a lot of options. What rock lights, those lit up whips with a RGB on them, seem to be a very popular item. But okay, now the stickers are going to go directly on this button here, and it's got like a soft glue, kind of like painter's tape, so it's an easy peel if you have to replace it, put something else in there. And of course, the wiring itself has got a position here, so you can actually tuck it away, either there or here, for the mounting bracket. And of course, a pre-wired pigtail for the harness. All right, let's put that to a side. Now, the second major contributor to this is going to be the actual fuse panel. Super easy to wire. All right, let's talk about the panel for a second. Do have 2 banks right here. All right, now it does come with a set of fuses in them. Now you don't have to use these fuses. These are just here just to be here. Whatever device that you're going to wire into, whether it be like LED lights, a radio, a winch, a whip, depending on how many amps, I believe is what you use. That's what you can do, and you can always change these fuses to accommodate your need. They don't have to stay at this, because you got a 30. Looks like you have it could be a 5. There's a 10. What's this yellow one? That's a 20. Now these are here just to be here. If you had everything that needed 30, you could just change them all to 30 amps. It doesn't matter. Okay, and they are numbered, and the numbering on this is very, very important. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The reason being is because on the Auxbeam switch panel, you need to know what device is going to what fuse panel, and these are numbered accordingly. Also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And since I'm going to mount it like this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, it's going to match this identically. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's going to work out very well for me. All right, and the wiring on this is like super simple. You have the large leads right here, which have your positive and negative. These are going to go directly to your battery. This is the power source for the panel. So we're going to wire this directly into the Jeep's factory fuse panel. In fact, we're going to wire it into the accessory switch. This way, when the ignition is turned off, there's no power going to this device here. And of course, it comes with the matching harness pigtail. And all we need is to run the lead from here to the switch panel. And of course, the box is provided with a 10-foot piece. Now, considering how you're going to wire it, you may need a little extra. Auxbeam does offer a 4-foot extension. I don't have that, so I hope I don't need it. And if I do, then I'm going to have to order it, and we're going to have to wait, right? Alrighty, let's see what else is in this here box. Yeah, it comes with, I don't know what you call these little add a fuse or jump a fuse. Let's go and open this up here. It comes with 2 of these fellas. Well, I can actually, this is how we're going to tap into the AC or the accessories switch in the fuse panel, and I'll show you how we do that during the installation. And of course, it comes with 2 of those. It comes with some heat shrink. Got a little generic screwdriver that we're going to throw away because that's not going to make it to my toolkit. All right, put that down for a second. Let's see what else we got in here. Very good. Now we're going to go ahead and talk about the battery cables that come with. Now they were very kind to, it looks like what could be 24 to 30 inches of battery cable, a positive and a negative. Now the positive does have a fuse panel inside, or some kind of fuse as a security measure, and this is wonderful. Now, I have heard people complain, they give you so much cable, what am I supposed to do with that? It doesn't reach where I want to put it. well, then you're going to be the tech, and then you're going to accommodate. You're going to go to the auto parts store and find yourself the same gauge cable just to the length you need. And it sounds a little callous to say it like that, but you got to remember when this company, whether it be Auxbeam or anybody else putting something together, they have no idea where you're going to mount it, how you're going to mount it. So they provide some length of cable, but since they don't know exactly how you're going to use it, you know, it's a guessing game. It's kind of like those old boys that used to have to rejet Holley carburetors. Holley don't know what you're going to put it on. That's why you got to rejet it. Alright, so let's move beyond these cables here. Let's put that to a side. Let me see. We've got mounting brackets. Let me see. Let's get out of here. We got, ooh, this is wonderful. This is a silicone cover for this panel, and it's definitely used to keep the dust and wet or snow or whatever, even mud. So it's a good little coverage or protection for this right here. Pretty much consider it a raincoat. Alrighty, so what we got? We got a small line of fuses. What else comes in here? Some hardware, screws and nuts. Let me see. We have that 10-foot piece of wiring harness it comes with, and like I said, I hope I don't need the extra 4-foot extension, but we'll find out later. And of course, my favorite, a gang of zip ties. Love these things. Let's put these to a side right here. All right, let's see what else we got. And another mounting bracket. So this is cool. So we do have options here. Let's get rid of this box for a second, and let's see our layout. Okay, so we got mounting bracket. We got mounting bracket. I know I'm going to use this. Probably not going to use this. All right, we got our source. We got our harness. We have the control. We have the extra accessories that comes with it. We have the silicone raincoat. And that's it. Wonderful. So that's good so far. Now let's go ahead and talk about some tools. I am going to use my drill and the drill bit just for mounting purposes here. Let me see what else I got here. I got my gloves to keep my hands protected and clean. Got my power ratchet because I know I'm going to need my ratchet there. I got my electrical terminals kit. I probably need a bigger kit, to be honest. And let me see, I got my Allen wrench set for the ratchet, and of course my hot air gun for the shrink wrap, and an assortment of zip ties because I love using zip ties. Alrighty, let's go ahead and take a look at where we're going to work at. Alrighty, so with all the excitement of the hood not being on here, this is going to make it a whole lot easier to work on. I got a little bit more space. So I am planning on capitalizing on this area right here. Now this is the door or the top cover of the factory fuse panel. I am going to pretty much drill a couple holes to mount the Auxbeam fuse panel on there. Now I did take a consideration on the inside of the door. Let's see if I show it to you. On the inside of the door, you have a wiring schematic. All right, so as soon as I drill right through it, I may lose a diagram, but it's okay. I've taken a picture of it to keep for my records in case I need to reference it again in the future. But I already know which fuse that we're going to go through. So this is going to be hopefully an easy install. Now let's take a look around for a second. If I can get around this tripod right here. We are going to mount the Switchpod right here using the brackets that are provided. So that means that we're going to go ahead and remove this. We're going to remove this. We need to take this off. We're probably going to remove the sun visor. Let me see. We're probably going to remove this panel here, and we're going to come in for the bottom of the firewall like we did with the previous wiring. And of course, we're going to remove all of those big gaudy harnesses they were installed previously. Alrighty, with most of that explanation actually out of the way, let's go ahead and get prepared. I'm gonna get myself in motion. As far as the fuse panel, of course, I'm going to clean it before I drill right through it, and then it should be nothing but install, wire, pull a gang of harnesses, and rewire all the lights. It does sound easy, but there is a lot of wires, so it's going to be a little monotonous, but we're going to get through it. All right, so this is the first part. Let's go ahead and let's open up this cover. Now, I got this cable in the way. Now, this cable is the positive for my winch, but at least it's out of the way. All right, so now, I know I'm not showing you a good angle right here, but this should be able just to pop, there you go, pop right off. And let me show you, because how it's mounted, it's kind of like an open hook kind of thing where it just snaps in place. It's pretty flexible and it wouldn't break off, so we're good there. Alrighty, let's go ahead and get this cleaned off. Let's measure for a position to go ahead and mount the switch panel, and we'll get her done. All right, so this is actually the dirty part right here, and dirty is because of the actual cover itself. Let's go ahead and tear off a piece of paper towel. First and foremost, it is kind of nasty, so let's put on our gloves. Not that we're in any danger of hurting our hands, but you know what? Yeah, it's kind of dirty. So let's just keep it clean. Put these on. I mean, most of you see my videos that when I work on stuff and I'm taking something apart, and before I put it back together, I like to clean it up, make sure all the debris is off. So, alrighty, and I'm just using whatever leftover I got of Windex. I just want to clean my surface area, that's all. That should be enough right there. All I'm doing is cleaning up my area. You know, not my best work, but enough to get the work done, right? Alrighty, there she is. I mean, I still got some little dusty areas on it, but at least the cover itself is clean, and I can get a decent look at, you know, the mounting area where we're gonna make these screws. All right, so let's pick that up later. Let's go ahead and put that here. Now, let me get you a nicer shot of what I'm doing so that we can move forward with this. Let me just, there you are. Alrighty, so we're gonna take this fella here. Now, this is, okay, this is the front of the Jeep here. The battery's right here. I want to mount this right about here. Seems appropriate. So now there's a couple things I'm going to do first. I had a pencil here. Where is my pencil? Here it is. Alrighty. Let me mark my hole. Right on. Okay, so that's my mounting point right there. That's perfect. All right, so now I need to find out what size hole this is right here. And I think the best way I'm going to do that is with a drill bit. So let's catch a drill bit. Nope, that's not my drill bits. Let me see. Little small, and this was a 13/64, and that's a little small. So let's see what the next size is. Let me see, 7/32. Yeah, 7/32. Okay, Got this in place. I just gotta remember to be like super careful. This is my wife's table. But punch a hole through it. Oh my God, I'm not gonna hear the end of it. Alrighty. Be like super careful here, okay guys? That's one. That's two. Let's take this plastic junk off there. Yep, punch right through some of the, but it's not too bad. Like I said, I took a picture of it, so I'm not gonna like really miss it. Okay, let's line up our holes. I'm off a little bit, it's alright, we can fix it, it's just plastic. I'll tell you what, why don't we go in this direction? I probably should have done on my first go, but you know what, let me not do it like that. We got some hardware here. We got a screwdriver. This is good. Let me get a screwdriver. We're gonna make this fit. All right. There's like no real damage to this. This is plastic, so we're gonna be fine. What I'm doing is I'm just gonna water this hole a little bit to make it fit for this little bolt I plan to use. But okay, so now the panel is mounted on top of the cover, and I'm going to show you what I did, why I did it. Of course, I measured the holes for the bolts right here in the center, and what I did is, if you can see that, I went from the inside back here with the bolt going upward. Right, and I did that on both sides. The reason I did that is because of this studded nut right here. I am more concerned that it may be too long. In this area right here, the way it pokes out, I didn't want it to come in contact with a fuse and create a short. So I figured going in from the inside, it's a lot more flush, and out here is a lot less prone to making contact with anything or being in some kind of danger. So this part is done. Let's go ahead and let's do a little bit more wiring over there, and then we're going to jump inside and start taking apart that panel and start pulling out wires.